What is going on, my fellow survivors, and welcome to Enshrouded. It would appears, though, you have lit the 8 Balefires and now face the Fell Dragon Youngling. And to initiate the fight, we are going to jump off the platform, catch the updraft into the actual arena, at which point when we land, he is going to let out a flame shroud into the sky, followed by his first actual mechanic, Shroud Cannonballs. Usually, he will let 2 waves of these out. However, this time he let 1. After the Shroud Cannonballs, he will do a Shroud Flame Beam that will encompass 180 degrees of the actual arena. In order to avoid this, you simply want to jump toward the center, initiate your glider, and glide across. As you can see right there, I did not calculate my landing correctly and took it to the face. During the Shroud Cannonball phase, melee/tank users will want to take the opportunity to parry the cannonballs back to the dragon. Archers, continue hitting him with your stun arrows. They must be stun arrows in order to fill his stun bar, as he does not take any sort of damage until he is on the ground. Casters, the best I can tell you is try to play dodgeball. As you saw on my way back, he did one of his outside phases. This is phase 2, where he goes to the outside of the ring. When he is on the outside of the ring, he has a wind gust attack that will push you either into the center of the ring or the outside of the ring. If this happens, initiate your glider, catch the updraft, and get back on the platform. During his outside of the ring phase as well, he has a pure targeted flame shroud attack that will target 1 person. And as you can see, it will melt you. The third outside of the ring attack is his ground level flame shroud beam. This is generally easy just to jump over and avoid entirely. After he hits the center area again, it is time for your melee/tanks to reflect the cannonballs back to him. Now, as you can see here, I am using stun arrows outside of a archery build. It does very minuscule to his stun bar. This fight is literally heavy range. Risky was doing a majority of the stun effects. It is when he hits the ground that the melee will shine. After his stun bar is full and he gets back up, he will summon in 5 to 8 Shroud Hawks and then go to the outside of the arena. Again, when he's on the outside of the arena, he has his wind gusts, his ground level beams, and his target beam. As you can see, that was the ground level beam. I barely missed jumping over it that time. This is his single target beam. And yes, I fell onto the shroud again. I can tell you, as a melee build, this fight is nearly impossible. Through his 6 phases, there is only 1 phase that a true melee build can take advantage of, and that is the cannonball phase. You can bring stun arrows and a bow, but unless you have anything into your dexterity, it's not going to make much of a difference as far as hitting him. As you can tell, it is very minuscule as much as his stun bar goes up with me doing it. If you watch when Risky hits him with a actual dex build, that bar is going to fly up. Right there, you can see I actually managed to get 1 to go back, and by doing so, it jumped that stun bar. Here comes the push. He's going to fly directly towards me. I'm going to go ahead and divert that by gliding across the arena. Now, this fight with 2 people took roughly 20 minutes. When I did it by myself, or attempted to do it by myself, I spent nearly 4 hours trying to get him to come down, and it just was not happening. So, again, this fight is very, very ranged heavy. So if you're trying to solo it, I recommend respecing into a dex build with a bow and using your stun arrows and explosive arrows to take out these hawks. Melee users, good luck. But that's just the general mechanics. There are 6 in total. Again, there are the cannonballs, where melee tank builds will parry them back to the dragon. Archers take this opportunity to dodge the balls and shoot him with your stun arrows. Casters, if you feel confident, you can try to parry him back. However, I recommend playing dodgeball. After his cannonballs, he will go into the 180 beam. Whatever direction he is facing, simply glide to the center and get behind him. As soon as he finishes the 180 beam, he will go to the outside of the ring, at which point he has his push. You can attempt to dodge it. If you get pushed off, simply initiate your glider, catch the updraft, and get back into the arena. The second is his single target beam. I'm not sure how to avoid that aside from just trying your best to dodge out of it. When he goes to transfer sides on the outside of the ring, he will leave the flame shroud on the ground. After you fill his stun bar and he goes down, do your melee, do your damage, burn him as fast as possible. As soon as he gets up from being stunned, he will summon in the 5 to 8 Shroud Hawks. But we're going to let this run through, just kind of give you a general idea. We did wipe it up one time, I believe, but after about 20 minutes, the 2 of us were able to get him down. And it's a really good fight. Really good fight. Not gonna lie, it is a bit frustrating, but once you actually figure out the pattern and the mechanic and are able to get through it, it's not too terrible at all. We're gonna let this play through. If you want to continue to watch, feel free to do so. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, as it really helps out. And I want to thank you all for watching. Until next time, goodbye for now.